Here's to Lemmy. As we continue our booze week with 2 whiskey snoozes this time, all whiskey today. We're looking at Crafted Snus Whisky Original and Crafted Snus Whisky White, both made by AG Snus or AG Snus, blended by Conny Andersson, and he also blended Islay whiskey that we looked at last time, but now he's working with AG Snus. So let's see what was different about this one then. Well, first of all, Conny knows a lot about tobacco, and he likes to play around with different tobaccos in his snus. For Islay whiskey, he was using snus from Nicaragua, Pennsylvania, South Africa and Ghana. This time around, let's have a look again at the old map. So we've got tobacco, I believe dried tobacco from India, from the States, one sucker, from Guatemala, right there, the edge, from Spain, and then another 2, which is Mata Norte, which is the same used in Mellgren's IPA edition. Should have like a chocolatey taste, and that's a cigar tobacco from Brazil. And then there's also Latakia, which I believe is from the Cyprus region, and that is a pipe tobacco. So it's been using 6 different tobaccos in here. So that's the tobacco side of it, being different to Islay whiskey snus. And then when it comes to the whiskey side of things, while Islay whiskey snus obviously had Islay whiskey in it, Bowmore, from the island of Islay. This one is the Speyside whiskey, which is in the Highlands of Scotland. It's actually from Glenfarclas. So what they're doing here, I believe it's still the tobacco is pasteurized and not fire cured, but it's then put on oak barrels from in oak barrels for a while from Glenfarclas distillery in Speyside. So that should give it like a different character compared to Islay whiskey. Islay whiskey is really peaty. This one should have a maybe possibly more grassy and like a walnut taste to it. It doesn't have the same peatiness to it. So that's interesting. So they're playing with different tobaccos compared to Islay whiskey, and also a different character of single malt whiskey still. So I believe that both of these have got 20 portions in them. I believe that they are 1 gram portions. When it comes to the nicotine strength, it depends on which batch we're looking at. I think it started out at 11 milligrams per gram and then possibly moved up to 13 milligrams per gram. Try to work out what this could be. It should be maybe 13 milligrams per gram now. So relatively strong there. And just like with the Islay one, it says here, small batch snus, signed off by Conny Andersson. And they're working with all lamina, only the leaves of the tobacco used, no stems, none of that rubbish, just the good quality stuff. Okay, I should really have opened these before, because this is the trickiest thing I have ever seen to get into when it comes to snus. It's, oh god, if I try to, oh here we go, start there and kind of try to work your way through, if possible. Still very hard. Okay. Trying to sit here all day to get into the snus. Sort of a metal tin again. So I like that they're using. I mean, the Islay whiskey snus is a beautiful tin. I'll give it that. And these ones are really beautiful too. You got like the font coming out here when you touch it, so it's really nice. Right, guys, I might have to cut here just to get into it, because this video is going to be really long. It's really, really tough to get into. Okay, here we go. There we go. Took some effort, that one. Okay. Wow, the portions are beautiful actually. Looking really well made. Really moist. These ones, this is the original one. I can smell it already. Yeah. No off flavors or anything like that. And it's a softer, milder whiskey coming through. It doesn't have the peatiness. So it's probably as it should be then. Portions looking like that. They are really moist actually. Okay. Put an original portion in. While we try to get into the white one as well. This could be the longest snus review ever made. If it's going to take another minute to get into this one. Come on. So I like that Connie is really using his experience with different tobaccos and playing around with, I mean, this has got 6 different tobaccos in it. So how cool is that? And also using like pipe tobacco, which is, it's more aromatic. I don't think you can use all of that, because if you use all pipe tobacco, it will be really strong. So it's sort of used as extra flavoring there to the more kind of subtle ones. So the Matanote from Brazil and Latakia from Cyprus. And yeah, once again, it's really beautiful portions. These are very dry, I would say. Very different to the other ones. So it all depends on what you like. Tobacco coming to one side on this one. Fluff it up a little bit. But it looks like a, you know, nicely done quality to the portions. Up it goes. Okay, smell. And compare it. Yeah, the white one is milder, which you would expect. So we'll see how the flavor develops under the lip. I think I prefer the smell of the original. It smells more of whiskey, so that's nice. I'll get back to you when I finish both of these. How lucky am I, eh? Catch lid on the inside of this one. I would say these two are quite different actually to each other. The white one comes across as more grassy. The taste doesn't release for a while, and I feel that it's a little bit sweeter as well. On the other hand, the original portion, the whiskey comes through more boldly, and I think that the Latakia tobacco and the whiskey create a more aromatic, complex and smoky taste profile in the original one. And it's one that I keep smelling. It's really well crafted, well blended. It's not for the faint of heart, I would say. You might need a mint snus straight after using one of these, but it's bold at the same time as harmonious, because the tobacco works so well with the whiskey in this one. So I really, really like the original one, and I'm not even a whiskey drinker, but I would say that the original one must be the best whiskey snus on the market. So I will give the white one a 6.5 out of 10, and this one, the original one, is a great one. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, even though I'm not a whiskey drinker. So the next review is out on Wednesday, and you do not want to miss that one.